Hello, Dr. Salah. My question is, what's the secret behind adapting your family your message, working through it for it, and having the same as it? Is it hard working of convincing, or it is a divine matching that makes all of you resonating in the same message? Some might think that it is a personal question, but it is a deep solution for people who have families counteracting their messages and achievement, apparently. By sending regards and respect to that wonderful family, I would be pleased if I will listen to your magic tips. Thank you so much, Maisa.
Thank you, Maisa. No magic tips, but some sharing ideas. First of all, let's put some facts. Number one, there are people who don't want to change, and they don't want to take your decision for changing them. So I can try my best to change a person in my family, but he or she might decide not to change, so I can't do that much. Okay, so let's accept that fact that we can try our best, but they can decide not to change. And you can hear these stories all over history. I mean, you can hear it with the prophets and with great people and great personalities and avatars who had relatives that were not so good with the mission that most people wanted at that time. So that's fact number one, that some people we can't change. That includes our family. Fact number two, we do not have the rights to change anybody. I don't have the right to change my son, my daughter, or my wife, or my mother, or my sister, or anybody. I don't have the rights to change anyone. I don't have control over anyone. I might to provide some kind of control, and I actually hesitate in using the term, but with a very young child, because I'm just taking care, providing the right environment for them until they're old enough, and then they would make the decision. But we have to put that as a fact also, that we don't have the rights to change anyone in the world. Even those people who want to live in a disastrous situation, we can't really do anything for them. What we can do is we can make them aware, we can advise, we can guide, we can speak, but if they decide to do something else, as long as it is not harming us, we really can't do that much. Okay, putting that as a fact also. Let's go to number 3. See, real relatives don't listen that much. Okay, you gotta put that as a fact. The closer a person is, words don't sound as if they were far away. For example, if I speak to the public, some people would adore what I say and, would, make it a poster, or would just love to stay with me for even minutes or something like that, But with my close relatives or with my family, I mean, they don't feel like everybody else does, and that's sensible, because the same with me too, if I would like this to stay with, or to sit down with this kind of personality that in my mind or something, but I know if I get so close, it's not going to be that feeling all the time. And plus, you see, words don't change that much with those who are close by. So that's why with my own strategy is I only talk if I see effect, but I keep quiet and don't talk if I don't see effect with the close relatives or with close persons or with colleagues at work, for example. So you only use the words, or I would say communication, when it is ready for communication. But if it's not ready, talk will not do that much. So your advices, your guidelines will not do anything if there is no ground for acceptance. So you just have to wait until there is a ground. So how long would you wait? We don't know. Days, weeks, months, years, decades. It depends. But only when the time is ready and when the situation is accepting, then you start to talk. That's considering that you have the wisdom and you have the awareness, then you can talk. But what you can do till that time comes, days, weeks, months, years, or decades, what you can do is set a good example. Okay, so it's really not doing this example for them, you see, because I don't believe in a role model. Okay, people talk about that all the time, and in the Middle East, this is a very big issue. You become a role model. I don't want to be a role model for anybody. I just don't want to waste my life being a statue for somebody, inventing me and then shaping me the way that they want. No, so I don't believe that much in role model, but I do believe that if you become a joyful, happy, successful, healthy person, everybody around you is gonna one day see that. That one day might be few days, few weeks, few months, few years, or few decades. But then they will say, wow, that's what I want. I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. I want to be successful. So till that time when you become healthy, very successful, very joyful, very aware, stop talking, okay, and do the work for yourself, and then people, without even talking, they will start asking you, because we most people who advise, they are disturbed. You have to understand that rule. Why do people advise all the time? Because they're disturbed. They're not satisfied about their own selves or their own lives, and so they're trying to advise everybody. And you would love to just tell them, okay, take that advice and activate it in your life, please. So you be happy, okay, you be successful. Who does advise you about success all the time? It's people who are not successful. Successful people rarely advise anybody. They don't. Joyful, happy people is just, I wish they would advise people. They don't even care. They just live in their moments and they're joyful. Who advises about happiness and joy all the time? The miserable people. If I'm advising and I'm worried about everybody around me and I'm trying to control the environment, and I'm disturbed. I gotta stop doing this, okay? And focus inside. They are, in the end, my reflection. By conscious or subconscious, they are my reflection. So if I don't like the outside, where do I go and fix this? I go to the inside. Thank you, Mesa, for a very good question.